Akshay and Bipin, can you just brief about yourself, like how many years of experience do you have and domain you're working?
It's okay.
Yeah, Bipin, we can go ahead. Bipin, you can go ahead.
Hello.
Uh, yeah, Bipin, you can go ahead.
Yeah. Hello.
Yes, we can.
Yes, sir.
Just go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. I am Vipin Kumar. I'm working as a principal data engineer. Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. I have nearby 18-year experience in that 8 years in data domain only. So you can tell like that I am a BI specialist. Mostly do work in SSIS and SSRS SQL related tasks. So for future related, means, as you know, everything is going to cloud. So that's why I want to upskill myself to cloud. Yeah.
And Akshay,
Hello.
Akshay, you can go ahead.
Come again, sir.
I just brief about yourself. Hello, Priyanka. Priyanka, can you hear us?
Yeah, I finish.
Yes, Priyanka. So can you just brief about yourself, like how many years of experience do you have and the domain you're working currently?
Ganesh, I'm experiencing some issues. I'll get back to you like after I reconnect. Just give me a 1 minute.
Okay.
Ganesh,
Your voice is breaking, Priyanka. We're not able to.
Priyanka, I'm working as data engineer.
No, Priyanka, we are.
Actually, I'm almost
Can you reconnect? Because I think she's reconnecting.
Yes,
Okay, sir.
Yeah, Aditya, we can go ahead.
sure. Hey everyone, welcome to the demo of AWS Data Engineering. My name is Aditya. I'm having 9 years of experience into the data domain. I'm currently working as a architect for data engineering, specifically on AWS and cloud native solutions, leveraging AI to build cloud powered platforms. I have worked with Fortune 100 companies throughout my career, and I'm really interested to learn new and emerging technologies with respect to data engineering. And my passion is to teach back whatever I know from the data engineering perspective. And I am on a mission to make you guys future ready from the changes which is happening in the industry at this moment, right? So you all may be aware of how the industry is evolving, right? Earlier, people were utilizing lot of on-premise solutions, Excels, to do data engineering, to do basic data calculation. But nowadays, everyone is shifting towards cloud, right? So I'll just ask you one simple question. Have you used any UPI tool in your day-to-day life?
UPI as an UPI payment system
Yes,
or
UPI payment system. Yes,
yes.
like Paytm, Phone Pay,
Yeah.
Google Pay, so on and so forth.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So, do you know how much volume of transactions we do every day, or what is the number of dollar, or in terms of Indian currency, how much money we move from one place to another in one day itself? Do you have any idea of wide, very wild imagination?
Millions of transactions.
Sir, can you repeat the question?
Yeah, my question is, do we have any idea of what is the volume in terms of the amount of rupees we move from UPI every day? Like, what is the volume of transactions we do using UPI every day? Is it
In,
like 1 lakh transactions, 2 lakh transaction, 10 lakh transaction, 100 lakh transaction, 1 crore transaction? How many?
maybe like 5 lakh transactions or something.
Okay, just to give you an idea, every month on an average, we do 645 million daily transactions.
Okay.
That's the volume of transactions we are handling, right? So all of these transactions are doing what? They are generating data, right?
Mhm.
Every day, millions and millions and millions of data points are getting generated only because of the UPI transaction itself. We have
Mhm.
such similar high volume applications lying out there in our day-to-day life, like quick commerce, e-commerce platforms, social media, payment gateways. All of these are generating millions and millions and millions of data points, right? Now, why it is of interest for us, right? Okay, data is getting generated, but how it impacts us, right? So, how it impacts us, to understand this, let's understand from a very interesting story, right? Let's say Domino's or Pizza Hut or McD or any food chain has to open a store in a particular location, right? To open a store, what all possible things they will analyze? They will analyze the proximity of the location to the nearby hot areas. Is this location is a good point to open a store or not? If yes, what all products we should initially launch in the store so that our sales will be much higher, right? So to do all of these calculation, they need to understand the data. What data? The raw data that they have collected over the past few years from various other similar stores in the similar set of location, right? They will analyze, okay, when they open a store in XYZ city, these products typically sell very good. That is the minimum order value. And similarly, when we need to open a new store in ABC location, we will be selling these items mostly, and we will expect this much amount of revenue from this store. All of this calculation can be done easily with the help of analyzing the data, right? But there is a catch. The catch is, this data is not few hundred rows. It's a high volume of data that we need to process, we need to analyze in order to give back insights, business related insights with which we can take meaningful decisions, right?
Sir, sorry for the interruption, but Isn't it the same thing as data scientists do? Like,
Exactly. That's what I'm coming. Very good point. Thanks for bringing it up, right? So, to do this, to take meaningful business decisions, we need to analyze this data. We need to have mechanisms so that we can handle high volume, high velocity data, right? To do the analysis, we have data scientists who can generate insights, but who are going to provide the data scientist the right amount of data? Who is going to capture the data in the right shape and format so that a data scientist or a team of BI individuals or professionals can do analytics on top of it, right? And that who is nothing but people like us, data engineers, right? So we are the people who are responsible of managing, gathering such data, building data pipeline so that this data can be in the right shape and format, on top of which a good data analytics can be done so that we can take meaningful business driven decisions. I'm not sharing the screen at this moment. I was just having a quick conversation on what exactly data is giving to us, why data is very relevant, right? So, quick question, guys, again. What do you think the growth of data in the last few years? Do you think that data has grown many folds in the last few years, or do you think that no, data is not growing? We are not seeing any growth in data itself. What do you think? What are your observations from the last 10 years? What are your observations? Is data growing? Is data
yes, we
is
have.
static, or its data is
I
going
mean,
down?
data is going up.
Data is going up. How? Any example?
I mean, we collect data in almost everything. I mean, from Instagram suggestions, from algorithm feedbacks to data scraping of everything, like from IoT devices to anything, shop and list or anything, bills, whatever.
Correct. Absolutely right. Right. Just to vet this point, I have an example. Right. You all well can very well relate to that example. 10 years back, before the Geo revolution came into picture, we all were doing our mobile recharge. Right. At that time, 1 GB was cost near about 250 rupees to us. Correct. Right. But nowadays,
375.
right. But nowadays, we got 2 GB per day at per day itself, right? Meaning every month we are consuming 60 GB worth of data at least on our mobile. Leave the Wi-Fi, leave the other mediums of accessing the internet. 10 years back, we were managing our data within 1 GB for a month itself, right? But nowadays,
Yes.
60 GB a month itself is less. So that growth itself can very well tell you or hint you that the amount of data that we are producing, the amount of data that is getting generated every day has increased many folds, right? Which means that nowadays we have millions and millions of data, right? But this data is waste if it is not getting used in the right format, right? I don't know if you may heard of, but there is a saying that data is the crude oil, right? So what is a crude oil? It's a mix of oil plus minerals, lot of dirt, dust. You need to purify the crude oil in order to make it petrol or diesel and in order to sell it to the market, right? That's what today the raw data is. It's like a crude oil. In order to make this data valuable, you need to clean it, filter it, model it, right? You need to do bunch of stuff. And that bunch of stuff is nothing but data engineering, and that's where the data engineers will come into play. So what I'm trying to imbibe here is the need of data engineering, the need of data engineers is going extremely up in the last 10 years. that such demand I have never seen in my career so far with respect to data engineering. And this is not going to go down. This is going to go up and up and up in next few years, because the amount of data that we are generating is going to go up and up and up. And we need engineers, we need people like you to handle this data, to build data pipelines, to store it, model it, to process it, filter it, clean it, so that we have the right data available, which is a pure oil that can be used to drive insights out of it with the help of data scientists, data analysts, so on and so forth. Right. So that's what a very brief intro of importance of data engineers, or importance of data engineering, or what exactly data is bringing to the table. Right. Now, I'll quickly deep dive on what exactly data engineering is all about, right? So data engineering is all about building pipelines, building infrastructure, building databases, data warehouses where you can store, clean, process, transform the data so that it is made available for your business people, for your data science, for data analytics team, in order to do analysis and take more and more meaningful decisions, so that the business can grow, so that they can earn more and more and more profit, right? So nowadays every company is competing to earn more and more profits. Only there will be few winners, and those winners will be written off by the amount of analytics, by the amount of data engineering that they are doing, right? If they take very good decision today, they will see the very good fruits after 10 years of their decisions. And how they can do that? By looking at the past data, by looking at the current data itself, right? What are the major responsibility of a data engineer is to collect the raw information, is to clean the data, is to build pipeline, is to store the data into data lakes, data warehouses, data mesh, right? Why data engineering is very important? As I emphasized earlier, it helps you take more and more meaningful and informative business decisions that eventually improve the company performance, profits, sales, revenue, which in turn help the company to grow better and better, right? What are the major challenges as a data engineer you may face in your day-to-day life, right? Some major challenges gonna be speed of the data, volume of the data, right? If a data is coming with high speed, high volume, how you gonna handle it? How you gonna handle the streaming data, right? How you gonna do the real-time data processing? How you gonna handle the scalability of your data pipelines? How you gonna talk about the security perspective, right? All of these are major challenges that you face on a day-to-day life from data engineering perspective, right? What are the major tools as a data engineer we uses on day-to-day basis? It's AWS S3 for storage, Apache Spark, Big Data Hadoop for data processing. Data warehousing will be done through Redshift, Snowflake. Scheduling will be done with the help of Airflow. Monitoring will be done with the help of CloudWatch alarms and CloudWatch logs, right? So these are the major tools that as a data engineer we uses. And guys, in our session going forwards, we're gonna learn all of these tools. We're gonna build very interesting, powerful data pipelines to move data from one place to another. That's we're gonna learn in our future sessions, right? Any questions so far, guys, till now? Feel free to ask. It's a very interactive conversation. Let's have all the questions flowing in.
So may I?
Yeah, please go ahead. Either you can unmute yourself or you can type your question in the chat as well. Both
Okay,
options are
so so I wanted to know like so how like is this like heavily coding or like heavily scripting? Like what does it consist of? Like both or
come again. Your question, I didn't get it
I
fully.
mean,
Sorry.
do you have to use like machine learning models? I mean, do you have to do machine learning and deep
No,
learning?
no, 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 no.
Like,
Not in data
what
engineering.
sort of coding do you use, like in terms of coding languages and stuff like that?
Python, PySpark, SQL. Three major languages that we're gonna use.
And you have to know a lot of linear algebra.
No, nothing. Nothing. That is for analytics. We are not doing analytics.
Okay.
Analytics is a separate domain. We are doing data engineering. We are
Okay.
bringing data in the right shape and size so that a data scientist can do analytics on top of it. So this linear algebra, random tree, right, ML and all will be the roles and responsibility of a data scientist, not a data engineer.
So we don't have to do that.
No, no.
Got it, sir.
Okay. Any other question, guys? Yes, absolutely. Non-IT persons can also get into it. In our previous batches, we have professional from a different degree altogether, and they were able to successfully understand the process of data engineering, and they're really doing very good nowadays in their career. So we have a lot of such examples and precedences from our previous batches as well. Okay. I'll move on in the interest of time, right? So what exactly cloud is, guys, right? Everyone must be wondering about cloud. So the image that you see on this red border is not the cloud that we're gonna learn. The cloud is something that we're gonna learn, which is in this green border, right? It's nothing but a bunch of virtual machine or a bunch of computers which are running in a highly classified, highly secured building, right? So what exactly a cloud is? It's nothing but a set of computers which are running, working together, maintained with very high security, maintained with very high precision and profession in secured buildings which are away from our reaches. That's what cloud is all about. Now, why exactly this course is being built on AWS itself? So if you see from this chart, the leading cloud provider today is AWS, followed by Azure, followed by GCP. This report was published by Statista. Statista is one of the leading analytics agency that do a lot of research. And guys, this number has changed even further. Nowadays, if you Google today, the demand of AWS is even further in terms of the job openings, in terms of the uses of the cloud. And hence, we designed this course on AWS as the cloud tech stack itself, right? And popular example of cloud that you may have used in your day-to-day life is Google Drive, right? Google Drive is a very popular example of cloud where you use it to store your information over the internet, right? And once you save your information in Google Drive, you can access this information from anywhere in the world. What exactly you need is user ID and password, and of course the internet. If you have these two things with you, you should be able to access whatever files you have stored on Google Drive easily without any worry, even though if your real information has been lost. For example, if your laptop has lost, if your laptop has corrupted, there was some very important files available out there. If you save these files in Google Drive, they will be available throughout the life until unless you delete them yourself from the drive, right? That's the benefit of cloud. You store your information safely without worrying about losing or destroying that information, right? Now, what exactly AWS cloud computing is? Why we are seeing a very high demand of AWS cloud computing itself, right? Let's understand this from a very interesting example, right? So let's suppose you are going on a trip to a different nation, and in that trip, you are planning to stay for a month in that country. You are planning to, travel by road to different places, different cities in that country. So you have two options. Option number one is you buy a car in that country, pay for the insurance, pay for the road tax, right? Pay for the petrol, of course. You drive the car for 1 month, but there is a limitation that you cannot bring the car back to your home country. You have to leave the car as it is over there. You cannot resell it as well, right? Option number two is you go out in that country. There is a company who is renting the car for you, and what they're saying is you only have to pay for the number of kilometers you are driving your car. That company will take care of the insurance. That company will take care of the road tax. Everything the company will take care of. You just have to pay for the amount of kilometers, for the number of kilometers you have driven the car, right? So if you are a traveler, which option will you be choosing in that case? Option number one, where you have to buy the car, buy the insurance, pay the road tax, everything you have to manage on your own. Or option number two, where you just rent the car and pay for the number of kilometers you have driven. Which option, guys, would you be opting in that scenario? Anyone, guys? Any guesses? It's not a rocket science. It's a very simple question. Yeah. Vipin said option number two, right? How about others? What do you think? Krishna, Prakash, Akshay.
Sir, can you repeat the question again?
Yeah. The question is, you have two options. One option is you go to a new country, you buy a new car over there, you spend 1 month in that country, you drive the car, you pay for the taxes, you pay for the insurance and all. And while you're coming back to your country, you are not able to sell the car. You just have to leave the car as it is in that country only. Option number two is there's a company who is renting the car. You can rent the car from that company. They will take care of the insurance and the road tax and everything. You just have to pay for the amount of kilometers your car has been driven. So which option in that case will you be choosing as a traveler to a new country?
Rent car is the best option.
Absolutely. Rent car is a very good option. Why?
So there is no maintenance. There is no need to take care of the other policies that are being adopted in the country. Just we can use it and throw it away in front of them. That's all.
Absolutely. Very great answer.
I
Thank you
mean,
so
there is
much.
no paperwork to that.
Yes, no paperwork, no headache, no tax to pay, right? There is no cost I need to bear of owning the car, right? The same concept, guys, is being used in cloud computing as well, right? I'll share you one example. The example is of Netflix, right? Everyone must have heard of Netflix before.
Yes.
Yes, right? What Netflix does, it's a video movie
Streaming.
platform where you can go and watch the movie. You can just take the subscription, right? So back in 2006 itself, when Netflix started, they were not a streaming platform. They were only a store. It was a physical shop in US, actually, in one of the city of US, where you can go, you can rent a actual movie, right? A CD cassette of a movie. You pay the price for that renting. You watch the movie and then you return the CD back to Netflix. That's how Netflix were making money at that time. That's how the business of Netflix was. But then .com boom happened after 2004 2005. Lot of companies were starting uploading the movies over the internet free of cost. And since then, people started watching those movies on the internet instead of going and renting out the movie from the Netflix shop itself, right? This problem Netflix realized as well. They saw if we want to be in the market, we need to go over the internet as well. And that's where Netflix platform was launched, right? They started uploading all their movies, all their TV shows over the internet, and they were selling the subscription. Whosoever wants to take the subscription can pay the money to Netflix, and then they can have access to all the movies and videos of the Netflix platform, right? At that time, the amount of data, the quality of the movies and all was okay, right? Nowadays, we watch movies and shows in 4K, right? YouTube also supports 4K, 1080p. But at that time, 240 pixels, 360 pixels was good enough. So the amount of data, the storage required to manage the movies at the time was very less, right? But as and when the demand increased, the number of shows and the number of movies increased, Netflix has to manage a bigger storage platform, right? So these storage platforms are nothing, guys, but these kind of computers. If you see here, these are the storage platforms. These kind of storage platform Netflix was managing on their own, right? So what are the problems with these platforms? These contains the computers, hardwares, right? After every 2-3 years, a drive, a disk may start to corrupt as well. So they need to replace the disk and drive after every 2-3 years. Additional problems they were facing is these machines have a tendency of getting heat up very quickly, right? If you have worked on personal computers before the laptop came, you may know that these CPUs produce lot of heats. That's why we need to install fan to cool them down, right? So these machines, these were like thousands of such machines placed in a one room. They generate lots and lots of heat. To cool them down, we need a very good ventilating solution, right? Additionally, we need a team of IT individuals who are installing software, doing security patches, managing the.
So actually they do it in underwater, right?
Yes, they do it, but back in 2003-4, Netflix has to do on their own, and they have to spend a lot of money on
I
this
mean,
activity.
Netflix came about like 2011 or 13, right? When correct.
Netflix platform came out. Netflix, as a company, they had a different name.
No, they had like physical stores for renting CDs and stuff back
Yes,
in the 90s and stuff, early
yes,
2000.
exactly,
After that, they went to like online in 2011 to era.
exactly. Even before that, they started uploading movies over the internet. Even
Okay.
before that, officially when they launched in different countries, that was a different year. But in US itself, they started launching the movies over the internet itself. The app and all came very late, as you said.
Oh,
Okay. So to manage all of these servers, Netflix has to pay a lot of money. There's a lot of headache. Every 2-3 years, their hardware is getting bad. These machines are getting bad. They need to replace it with the new machines. These machines are very costly, right? So this problems is making Netflix scratch their heads, and that's where AWS came into picture. AWS said, you are spending so much money on the storage, you are spending so much money on the cooling part, you have spending so much money on building IT teams, so on and so forth. And this is not your actually forte. This is not your expertise, right? Your expertise is managing the movies. Your expertise in managing the TV shows, in distribution, in gathering more customer, right? You leave these problem to us. You come to our platform. You come to our cloud. We will provide you a service where you can store your tremendous amount of data, petabytes of data, and we will not ask you any money for doing the cooling. We will not ask you any money for managing the IT team. We will not ask you any money for infra. We will only and only ask for the money for the amount of data you are storing within our data center. That's what deal AWS make to Netflix, and that's when Netflix become one of the first users of S3 buckets from AWS, and that's how the S3 bucket is getting so popular over the time. Netflix is most used one of the most using customer of AWS S3 buckets. They use AWS S3 buckets to store movies, audios, videos of different kinds, and that's where they never looked back. They never cared about managing these servers. It becomes the headache of AWS, and Netflix only and only focused on improving their technology, improving their distribution, acquisition of more customers, so on and so forth, right? And that's where the era of cloud computing born, right? With this, what we have learned that within cloud computing, as a business, as a user, I need not to now worry about server. I need not to worry about the storage. I need not to worry about the team who is managing the server, cooling of these servers, security, patching, so on and so forth. Everything will be taken care by AWS itself. I only have to go rent that service. I only have to pay for the amount of seconds I am using that service, not even days, not even minutes. It's till amount of seconds I'm using. For example, if I'm using the service for 500 seconds, I'm gonna only pay for the 500 seconds only, right? I need not to buy the big bulky machines from the market, right? For example, let's suppose you want to do some quick project for a month, right? And for doing that project, you need a computer with 100 GB RAM, right? If you go out there and search a computer with 100 GB RAM, you will find very expensive. 100 GB RAM computer, if you just Google, it's highly expensive. At this moment, these are coming wrong information, because 100 GB RAM computer, it's very rare to find in India. Very rare to find in India. It's extremely costly. Even a 8 GB RAM computer will cost you 2-3 lakh rupees. 100 GB RAM one is very expensive, and you need, let's suppose, 100 of such computers to do some data engineering kind of a work. If there was no cloud, you have to buy those computers, those machines, install in your company, maintain security, right? You are doing some experiment projects over those computer, and let's say after 1 month you realize, no, we are not going to pursue the project any further. So what you going to do with those computers? Are you going to throw them off, right? If you again sell in the market, they will be sell on a second hand category, right? Very less amount you will return in back. You're going to have an extreme loss with that approach. Instead, you can go to cloud, rent the cloud services, do the work on the cloud, and pay for the duration you are using those services. If you're using only for 1 month, you pay for only 1 month itself, right? And that's what the proposition of cloud computing is. It provides you services that you can use even without the headache of managing anything on your own. Everything will be managed by AWS. You are just using it and paying for that service itself, right? This is, guys, exactly what cloud computing is all about, and AWS is leading this market, right? We have other players as well, like Azure, Google, Alibaba, Salesforce, so on and so forth, but AWS is losing this industry at this moment, right? I'll take a quick pause now to see if you have any queries, any questions so far.
It won't be taken up by AI in the future, right? I don't
Data
think so.
engineering. To build AI, you need data engineering.
Mhm.
AI itself cannot go on its own. You need a lot of data in a good shape and size. And that data, who gonna provide?
Mhm.
Data engineers only. So data engineering is one of the job which is highly safe in AI era. Because without good data, AI is nothing. So they need data engineers in the backend. Okay, moving on, guys. What we're gonna learn in our sessions going forward. These are the high level topics that we will be covering as part of our sessions. We will be doing SQL, Python, Spark, PySpark for big data, S3 for AWS data storage, Lambda for ETL pipelines, Kinesis for streaming pipelines, Redshift and Snowflake for data storage, Glue for ETLs, lot of use cases, hands-on projects, and case studies. Right? If I talk about the major tools and technologies that we will be learning as part of our sessions going forward, these are the major tools and technologies that we will be learning. AWS as the cloud provider, Spark, PySpark, Snowflake, Databricks for doing PySpark, big data, Airflow for orchestration and scheduling. All of these tools will be covered. Additional to these tools, lot of hands-on projects, lot of interview related preparation, lot of homeworks will be, done during our sessions going forward. I have prepared a very good content of interview questions, hands-on assignments, end-to-end projects for our sessions going forward. So that's a very high level list of topics that we will be covering. In terms of detailed topics, we will be sharing you the list as well, um, after the session finishes, so you can have a quick look and you can then ask back questions as well, right? Again, I'll take a quick pause to see if you have any queries so far on this.
What is the course duration, sir?
So course duration is typically about 50 classes, 50 working sessions, not 50 days, it's 50 working sessions itself.
That is like about 3 months. I know.
Yeah,
About,
give and take.
yeah.
Sir, then coming to prerequisites.
Mhm.
So, what all prerequisites are required to be comfortably learn AWS data engineering?
Very good question. So if you know slight basics of SQL and a slight basic of any programming language, I'm not saying very good, a very basic understanding of any programming language, then you should be able to start on AWS data engineering. Now, even though I have students in my previous batches who were completely from non-tech background, they don't know anything about SQL, they don't know anything about Python, still they were able to cope up with the course, and they are doing really good in our day-to-day life. For those people, we have conducted additional offline classes for SQL and Python as well, so that they can quickly come up to the speed.
So, question from my side. Uh, so basically, what's the main qualification for like that companies are looking to hire for this type of designation?
See, in India, typically for IT roles, they require a person with bachelor degree. It can be in Bachelor of Technology, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Computer and Applications. So if you are having a bachelor degree, you are eligible for job openings,
Like
right?
if you have a BA or something like that, that guy can also apply
Yeah, you can apply, but you need to show some,
high-end skills.
yeah, some technical skills.
Got it.
Sir,
Yeah,
is it related to a programming part, or it is related to? I mean, for suppose if someone who don't have a, I mean, not able to do the coding, is it the best option to take up this AWS data engineering as an option?
I would say SQL, at least if you can do SQL, then this is a very good way to start your career with data engineering. Uh, because you can do data engineering without any issue, but to clear interviews, nowadays companies are asking question on basic of SQL at least. So if you know at least basic of SQL or any other programming language, you are very good to crack the interviews as well.
So, like, what is the, I mean, level of mathematics needed in this
No,
domain?
not necessarily needed.
Sir, how many projects that we are going to discuss in this course duration?
At least five, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, at least five. Like we will be having a project using AWS Lambda. We will be having a project, two projects using Databricks and Spark. We will be having two streaming projects and one project using Airflow and Snowflake. So yeah, even more than five as well. Multiple projects.
Got it.
With this course, can we able to claim as a 3 years experience at least, sir?
You can do that. You should be having that overall experience. That's the only thing, right? For example, your overall total experience is 2 years. You cannot claim three, right?
Not like that. If someone have 5 years, 6 years of a gap, so once we become comfortable with this data engineering,
You
I
can.
mean, we could able to claim at least 3 years of experience in the cloud.
Yeah, you can.
Sir, I have one. So this all architecture part is, just I wanted to know the day-to-day activities of a data engineering, I mean AWS data engineer. It is all about the developing the codes or any daily tasks, such kind of things.
Good question. It depends upon what experience you are coming up with. For example, if you are a fresher, naturally you will be given a task with all required activities. So you will be doing codings, building stuff here and there. As and when your experience increases, you will be started doing architecture level discussions as well. More experience, your role will move into more of a building architectures, designing solutions, and making them implemented by your team of developers, right? So as and when your experience keep on increasing, you will be doing lot of designing, architectures, discussions, solutioning, and your team members will keep on implementing it.
So Python is essential for AWS
I
data.
would say any of the three. It SQL, Python, PySpark. If you know any of the three, you should be good. Even you know the basics as well, you should be good.
Okay, understand.
Okay. Any other questions, guys? Prakash, the course content will be shared to you after the session. Ganesh will share on this.
Sure, sure.
Sure. Okay. Vipin, any questions from your side?
Do you have like I mean, do you have to know like uh, like I forgot the like I forgot the exact name of the thing. I mean, like database management stuff.
Mm, see, data engineering is all about managing data. So some part of it will come as well. We're gonna learn as well using Snowflake, Databricks, and all.
Oh, or sorry, I was talking about like DSA stuff. DSA,
No, no,
DSA.
no, not DSA, not DSA.
Like many companies require DSA, like
Not in data
a test.
engineering.
Okay.
I have never seen in my 9 years of career using trees, graphs, and all in data engineering. And
Got it.
if you ask a lot of people as well from the same industry, they will also say the same.
How does the interview go around in this domain? I mean,
Yeah. So
first,
interview typically start with any coding. It can be SQL, Python, PySpark, whichever you are comfortable with, to do a first round of elimination, right? Because thousands of people apply for a job. Not all thousand people can be interviewed, right? The interviewer also have limited amount of time, right? So they cannot interview all thousand people. So to you know cut down the noises, right? To only have good individual coming into the interview round, the first round typically is a coding round where 80-70% of the people are getting stepped out itself. Remaining 30% good people come, and that's where the interview process begins. So people dig about your resume, what you have done so far, what technologies you know, what tool you have worked on, and those lines the discussion happens.
does universities and everything matter on that level of interview?
What exactly? Sorry.
Like, does I mean, do they like categorize with like top universities and lower tier
uh,
three colleges or from resume round? I mean, after the coding round.
no, no, if you are doing good, the degrees won't matter after a point. Maybe for freshers, it may, for the college placements, but once you are out in the industry, your skills matters. If you're able to crack the interview, it should be good. Okay. Any questions, guys, that is coming in your mind? Okay. if there are no questions, guys, it was really nice interacting with you. You guys were very sporty audience today. Thank you so much for your time. Have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.
Thank you, Aditya. Thanks for your time. So, any questions, Balaji, from your end? Balaji, Prakash, Akshay, Vipin.
Not as of now.
Okay, thank you.